Anything for you.
Ah, you're the sweetest. Thank you. All righty. So thank you for coming. Welcome, everyone. My name is Gail Nicholson. I am a resilience coach. And the purpose of me doing this Zoom for you here today is to make sure that those lesser energies that detract from your immunity are dealt with so that you come at doing whatever it is that you've got to do in life, especially during this coronavirus pandemic, um, with as much immunity as possible, as much happiness as possible, as much joy as possible, so that you have inside what it takes to fight this off on an energetic basis. So, with that said, let's get started with some, as I touch my nose. Um, let's get started with some of the pretty obvious things that we might be feeling when coming into dealing with the idea of the coronavirus. First of all, for myself, and some of you may be feeling this as well. Joanne's here with me now. Some of you may be watching this later on. For myself, what the first part is anger and rage. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of miscommunications. There's a lot of this, I heard this here, I heard this there, what really is true. And that not knowingness of it can make people very angry, myself included. How about you, Joanne? Does that do it for
Yes.
you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We all like to tend to, know what there is to know and not be confused, right? So the first one we're going to do is we're going to tap on this fear, or not the fear, but the anger at the chaos and the anger at the lies. Does that work for you?
That definitely does.
Okay, great. So for those of you who don't already know, God, I fidget a lot, don't I? Don't already know the EFT process. First is the setup statement, and it is counterintuitive. It actually claims the thing that you don't necessarily want, but then let yourself know that it's okay that it is that way. So here's the setup statement for that. And what you do is you find the little tender spot on your chest. There's lymph nodes there that may be a little bit full of your negativity and process of shooing it out of your body. So you're going to rub on that tender spot and repeat after me. Even though
Even though
I am angry at the
I
lies
am
and chaos,
at the lies and chaos,
I totally and completely
I totally and completely
love, value, and accept myself.
love, value, and accept myself.
All right, we're going to do that 2 more times. Even though
Even though
I am angry at the lies and chaos,
I am angry at the lies and chaos,
I totally and completely love,
I,
value, and accept myself.
I totally and completely love, value, and accept myself.
Excellent. All right, last time. Even though
Even though
I am angry at the lies and the chaos,
I am angry at the lies and the chaos,
I totally and completely
I totally and completely
love, value, and accept myself.
love, value, and accept myself.
Okay, great. And now we're going to go through the tapping sequence. First part is right there on the inside edge of the eyebrow. If you get a pimple there, you will know it because it hurts in that spot. And all of these points are the end points of your body's meridian system. I'm going to take my glasses off so you can see where I'm tapping on the second point. That is at the corner of your eye. And if at any time going through this sequence you feel the need to yawn or cough, or even you have some teardrops that want to come out of your eyes, go right ahead and do that. That's just energy moving. It's actually a very good sign for me that things are moving. So we go to the next spot right underneath the eye, right there. And if you have any like long fingernails, you're fine to tap this way if you want. Don't poke yourself in the eye. Don't hurt yourself. You don't have to hurt yourself for this. All right, now we're going to go to underneath the nose, right on that little space between the nose and the lip, like that. And then underneath the mouth. Now try to keep in mind how angry that you are at the lies and chaos as you're going through this. The whole point is to kind of keep that concept in your mind, hold it in place so that we can blast through the energetic attachment to it, literally break that circuit, okay? Now we're gonna come down here to the clavicle, right underneath it. There's a little divot there. Awesome. And there, I got a first yawn. That's good. Little light one. And then over to underneath the arm. Oh, that little one just opened up to a big one, didn't it? And underneath the arm. Okay, and then now we're going to go to the fingers. Okay, so at the bottom corner of your fingernail, right where if you got a hangnail, it would split and really, really hurt. That's the spot we're going for. So on the thumb, on the fingers, all the way through. I want you to be able to see this. All right, and then onto the middle finger, onto the ring finger, and onto the pinky. Okay, great. Now, some schools of thought say that you don't have to tap on the ring finger, and that may be so. That ring finger meridian also gets addressed at another point that you tap on. So you don't have to, but I do anyway, because it's easier just to tap on that finger and get the extra benefit than it is to remember to not tap on it. It's silly to not tap on it. Now let me move to the karate chop point right here on the meaty part of the side of your hand. All right, and then go to the top of your hand, right between the pinky knuckle and the ring finger knuckle. There's a little divot in there. Tap on that. Now, as you continue to tap on this area here, I'm going to give you a number of instructions for you to listen to and to do what I say. All right, so ready?
Yes.
All right, eyes open, eyes closed, eyes open. Look down to the right as hard as you can. Look down to the left as hard as you can. Now, circle your eyes around as if you're looking at every number on a clock face from clockwise to counterclockwise. Awesome. I want you to count to 5 and then hum a tune. I'll give you the tune and then count to 5 again. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now take a deep breath. Push it out. Awesome. Now I want you to check in. How are you feeling with regard to anger at the lies and chaos?
Much better.
Much better, eh? Okay, great. All right, so we can continue to tap on that as well, but I want to actually like move into the next one first, because the tapping is going to continue to melt all of those, no matter if we go and drill them down to 0 right immediately or by the end of this. So those will continue to melt. All right, so the second one here, what I thought might be helpful for all of us is there's a number of different fears that go along with this. All right, now there are fears for your loved ones. And maybe you've got an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent that's old and frail. Maybe you've got kids that have asthma or need breathing treatments, or somebody that you know and love is very at risk that if they catch this, they could die, right? And that's very, very true. Around the world, there are some people that because of their own previous medical conditions, they are very at risk for this. So let's take a moment to tap on that fear that it's going to take someone away that you love. All right. So we're going to start with the setup statement. All right. Now, even though I'm afraid this coronavirus will take away the people I love, I totally and completely love, value, and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid this coronavirus will take away people I love, I totally and completely love, value, and accept myself. And last time, even though I am afraid this coronavirus
I'm afraid this coronavirus
will take away people that I love.
will take away people that I love.
I totally and completely
I totally and completely
love, value, and accept myself.
love, value, and accept myself.
All right, excellent. All right, now again, we're going to go through this tapping sequence. And I do apologize. I know that sometimes it feels like it gets tedious. But like Joanne, it takes a little while to get your body up to where it's getting an aerobic response
Yes.
or benefit, right? Sometimes it
Definitely.
takes the step work, it takes the time.
Yes.
So
Repetition is necessary.
exactly. And there we go, under the arm. All right, and then onto the fingers. And middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger. All right, karate chop point. And then back of the hand, eyes open, eyes closed, eyes open, down to the right, down to the left, around the clock and back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Okay, good. All right, how's that one feel?
That feels good.
Yeah, awesome. Now, this is the big one. All right. Now, maybe not so much for you, Joanne, as it is for a lot of other people that are in a different position right now, a different line of work, so to speak. But this is really, really scary for a lot of people out there that are having to work from home, or they're getting a whole week off with pay because you can't come into the office. In fact, my daughter today, she texted me and she's like, I've been asked to stay home because 2 of our coworkers are over the age of 70. And I'm like, well, that's great. That's absolutely wonderful. And you should. But there's a lot of people that are really, really worried. People in the service industry, people doing hair, people doing nails, people doing restaurant work, that they are literally worried if they're going to be able to eat, worried if they're going to have their home anymore, worried about real existential issues that are being thrown upon them by their no choice of their own. And they're healthy. They're not sick,
Yes.
but they're still having to deal with what it takes for a community to get weller together, So for all of those people that may be in a line of work where their business is going to take a huge hit. I was talking to a guy earlier today, in fact, and he was saying that he had been talking to a guy that owns a local bar. And he said, just with spring training getting canceled, right? And there was only, 2 weeks left of it, if that. In 2 weeks, this guy is going to lose about $100,000 in his business.
Wow. Yeah.
Just because the spring training people aren't going to come to his bar after they go to a game. So yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are standing to lose a lot of business because of the fear around this. So let's tap on that. All right. Now we're just going to kind of fly through this time. Even though there's a risk I could lose it all because of coronavirus.
There's a risk I can lose it all because of coronavirus.
I totally and completely love, value, and accept myself.
Love, value, and accept myself.
Even though there's a risk I could lose it all because of coronavirus.
There's a risk that I can lose it all because of coronavirus.
I totally and completely love, value, and accept myself.
Love, value, and accept myself.
All right, last time. Even though there's a risk I could lose it all because of coronavirus.
There's a risk I can lose it all due to coronavirus.
I totally and completely
I totally and completely
Love, value, and accept myself.
love, value, and accept myself.
Excellent. Okay, good. All right, and we'll do through the tapping sequence. Now, while we're doing this, I want you to kind of bring to mind what lose it all means to you, right? Is it your home? Is it people that you love? Is it your business? Is it your job? What are the things that you're most concerned with having, risking losing due to a circumstance beyond your control? What are those things? Try to keep those in mind, because as you progress through them in your brain and we're tapping, those things will get unhooked. It's a pretty big question. It's not just one thing that you could lose. You could lose it all, right?
Definitely.
So, yeah, kind of
Yeah.
cycle through the things that are the most important to you that you really don't want to lose. All right, as we tap. All right, now fingers. There we go. First finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger. Karate chop point. Back of the hand. And eyes open, eyes closed, eyes open, down to the right, down to the left, round the clock and back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, great. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Interesting. Awesome. Good. All right, cool. Now I'm going to kind of open it up to the floor and see if anyone has any particular fears in specific that they would like to look at or tap on. You got anything for us?
I think the last segment sort of hit home
Good. Good.
because it's not just one aspect. For me, it would be in reference to the business,
Mm-hmm.
my home, and my marriage.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling about it now? Give me your words. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Well, I mean, again, as I've been really sitting in this whole space, including now, it's really understanding the evolution that I am going through and the evolution that each person may be going through. And just where I am on my spiritual journey, I have that understanding, that enlightenment
Mm-hmm.
of also recognizing that when we think of the spiritual component, the higher self, and it's interesting because I say this, almost every day with clients do healing sessions. When we let go of the ego is connected to places, people, and things.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to let all of that go, literally let it all go. And that's what we're really being tested on right now, is about the ability of knowing that one can let go of all of that because it's all ego based.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever really is supposed to be will remain.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's where, again, every single day I must do about anywhere between 8 to 10 healing treatments a week. And in every session, I speak of the ego and letting things go.
Mm-hmm.
And like literally letting it all go down into the water and be washed away. The people, the places, the things, the job, the career, whatever it is, letting it all go.
Yeah.
And this situation that we're all in, collectively, that's really where we all are, is recognizing that, what, we don't have the control. We have absolutely no control right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's an evolution because it is a matter of stepping to the higher self and recognizing that, okay, I have to be okay with the fact that if these things have to go, that's what serves my higher self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whatever remains is meant to be.
Yep. Absolutely.
And that's what I keep like enforcing.
Yes.
In my psyche to
Yes.
keeping me calm.
To keep yourself calm and out of panic mode.
Yes, and recognizing that this is where patience comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and this is also where, which is one of my things that I'm here to learn in this lifetime about letting go of control. There's no control here. We have absolutely no control over what's going on.
Yep. That is so true.
The
And
only thing
man, is that difficult to deal with for the ego.
Yeah, and the only thing that we do have control over is how we can either stay calm or go into fear. And that's where we have control. So we get to choose that. That's the only thing they can't take away from us, is how we choose to feel.
Correct. Correct.
So, yes.
And that's awesome. Awesome. You know how it's said there's only two things that are, well, there's only two emotions. There's fear and there's love, right?
Yes.
Now, part of the reason I think why this fear is so huge, like the panic just exploded, is because we are being stripped of taken our ability to love each other and touch each other and hug each other and get into large groups of community to reinforce that we're okay, you know, we're part of something.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things we're being told, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. So everything that we have to counteract the lack of love, with fear, right,
Mm-hmm.
is not available to us in this situation. So we really need to create other ways that we can connect and stay face to face with each other, so to speak.
Mhm.
Even if I can't touch you physically, I can still look in your eyes and touch you energetically,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
right? And we still need that. So by all means, self-quarantine, don't isolate.
Yes. And
Right?
I'd like to add something to that, if you're
Sure.
okay with
Mm-hmm.
regards to what you just said. I think a big portion of the whole concept of the love part of it is really reconnecting back, which I think many people sort of have lost somewhere along the line, reconnecting back to God
Mm-hmm.
and being
Yeah.
able to have that connection with God
Yeah.
and finding the love with oneself as well. Like, you know, sometimes we're so busy looking outside for love that we're not giving love to ourselves.
Right.
So I
Right.
think the process of not being able to have that connection with the community right now is really about getting in touch with, how do you feel about yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Do you love you?
Right.
And since we can't really indulge in community love right now, what can we do for ourselves to show more love to ourselves? What can we do to fill ourselves up?
Mm-hmm. That's a
Without
really, really good point. And you know how on Facebook we're seeing a lot of people going, oh, well, you know, binge Netflix and this and that and the other thing, read a book. Those are actually really good suggestions
Mhm.
To nurture and care for yourself,
Yes.
you know. And you're so right. We run around distracted by, you know, making the motions that we know will make the perception that
Mhm.
I'm doing okay, right?
Mhm.
Going to
Yes.
work, you know, paying the bills, all of that to provide the picture of
Yes.
I'm okay.
Mhm.
And when all of those props are taken away, are you
Mhm.
still okay?
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Excellent point. Thank you. Thanks for
Yeah.
making that point.
Yes. And I think that's really the bigger picture here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think so many people, I'm going to use the word lack
Mm-hmm.
self-love.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people out there are looking for love, to receive love from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But the bigger picture is you're not going to be able to receive love from someone until you receive love from you.
I take exception with that. I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Because it's a different kind of love, right?
Mhm.
I can receive love from someone else, but it's kind of like how how do I want to put this analogy? All right, so I have these great pair of shoes, okay? And the heel on them, now I've had them for like 10 years and I've had them redone a number of times because they've got a cork platform under the front of my feet and I can dance in them and they're comfortable, right?
Mhm.
But the heel on them was wrapped in leather straps and it was starting to unwrap. It was starting to fray. So you could see the exposed plastic underneath. And, long story short, I took him to the cobbler and I had him redo the front of the shoe. I had him completely strip the
Mm.
heel.
Mhm.
No more leather, lines going down it, just completely strip the heel. So I've got this beautiful platform black leather shoe with this plastic heel on the back. Okay. So that's us without the leather strapping, right?
Yes.
So and that core there is still a strong heel.
Mhm.
Doesn't quite look the way I want it to, doesn't quite do the whole I'm okay picture the way that
Mm.
I want it to. But I was able to do a little bit of black acrylic paint and boom, the whole entire shoe looks just fine. And no
Awesome.
one who knows me would ever know that
Mhm.
that heel is now paint instead of leather.
Mhm.
What's
Exactly.
inside that heel hasn't changed.
Mhm.
But what it's surrounded with now is lighter, more flexible, less
Mm.
conducive to being damaged.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely.
So as much as it scares us to lose all of those things that complete the picture of I'm okay, I've got this job, I've got this, blah blah blah. I think once we get through this process,
Oh
we're
yes.
going to be surprised with how pleased we are with the way life becomes after it,
Oh yes, definitely. I totally agree with that.
right?
I think many people are going to be extremely um two words are coming. Excited
Mm-hmm.
and also overwhelmed with excitement. Because there's that
Nice.
old expression that they say, there's there's something better coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, we all sit back and say, well, we're in the better. How much better can it get? Well, we're all going to get to see
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
how much better this is going to get. And it is. It's going to get better. It's going to be, we're all going to look back at this, whether it's 6 months from now or a year from now, and we're all really going to be like, wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's going to be an aha moment for many people,
Absolutely agree with that.
So I think as much as, again, I mean, I think for you and I and all other healers, I think our job is just to continue to help those who need to be enlightened and get them to where we are.
Mhm.
As we get them to where we are going to rise as well. So
Right.
it's just
Right.
going to be one of those things where, and I forget which healer or psychic had said this. Everyone evolves at their own pace.
Yes. Yeah.
So everyone's evolving. It's just that we're all evolving at a different pace.
Right. And in a
So
different place on the path.
exactly, but it's
Hmm.
definitely going to be a beautiful light at the end of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
As you're talking about that, I'm thinking, you're so right. We zombie walk around life. Now, maybe not necessarily you, because you've been in business for yourself for a lot of years doing what you love to do.
Hmm.
But for a lot of my friends that, up until 6 months ago, I was in a day job. Before that, I was in a corporate bank job, and a cubicle farm,
Hmm.
under fluorescent lights that just kills you slowly,
Uh-huh.
literally. Um, and literally, they zombie walk through life complaining about the demands on their time,
Hmm.
and feeling like their time is wasted a lot of the time. And it fluctuates between, I'm sitting here for 8 hours a day doing practically nothing,
Mm-hmm.
right? To, oh my God, I can't even breathe. They're working me so hard. I need a
Yes.
mental health day,
Yes.
not PTO, mental health day,
Yes.
right? Um, but now those same people are either going to have to work from home,
Mm-hmm.
right? So all these working moms that are like, oh my God, I've got a laundry room full of laundry, the dishes are in the sink, blah, blah, blah kind of thing, will now hopefully be at a space where they can do something and then go change the laundry and load. Do something, now
Mm-hmm.
go empty the dishwasher. I'm not trying to be sexist about chores or anything. I'm just saying that there is that ability to, from working from home,
Oh
to
yeah.
multitask. And we ladies are much better than that than men happen to be.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Proven brain science. That's
Yes.
why
Yes.
we do, the children, you know?
And maybe somewhere along the line, someone, maybe Rob, your friend Rob,
Hmm.
can do a live on this, on teaching women how to be able to multitask in reference to doing the laundry while making sure their kids are doing their homework, and
Right.
doing the dishes, making sure their kids are, having their dinner or whatever it is. But maybe some women need to really have this reinforced,
Hmm.
because maybe they've never done it before.
It's a great idea. It's a great
You know,
idea.
so we
Yeah.
might want to mention that to Rob, because he's really good at teaching.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is. Awesome. Okay, well, great. Anything else that you want to say before we close this up?
I think I'm good. I thank you so much for taking your time to do this, and going through this with me. Because even though I am where I am, in reference to my journey, and I'm not in panic mode as many, but I do have my moments throughout my day and night, and I'm human like everybody else. But the bright side of it is that we are going to get through this,
Mhm.
and we're going to get through it and be better than we already are. So yeah, exciting.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming and for supporting this throw together at the last minute and showing up for it and bringing your energy and love to it, because that always makes things better for me. So
My
thank you
pleasure.
very much, Joanne.
Thank you, my dear.
Okay, I'll take care, and I'm gonna see about getting this up on my page or not. We'll see if I can make that happen.
There you go. Alrighty. Good luck.
Thanks. All
Good
right,
night.
have a good one. Take
Bye bye.
care. Bye.